What was the worst lie any U.S. president has ever told which affected America in a negative way? The biggest. 2 of our Navy ships were attacked by the North Vietnamese in the Gulf of Tonkin. In August 1964, the U.S. entered the Vietnam War based on reports of an unprovoked attack in the Gulf of Tonkin, which the president knew were false. There's a lot of recency bias in here. I'm going to say the worst lie is LBJ fabricating a justification for the Vietnam War, Gulf of Tonkin, and proceeding to vastly expand the power of the executive branch to wage war without a declaration from Congress, all while lying to the American public about progress. Everyone focuses on Nixon, but it was LBJ who shattered public trust of our highest office. It is a matter of public record that the United States government created in excess of 500 peace treaties with native tribes, and that same government violated every one of those treaties. For Native American tribes, this was an unmitigated disaster. Intelligence gathered by this and other governments leaves no doubt that the Iraq regime continues to possess and conceal some of the most lethal weapons ever devised. The 3 presidents before Lincoln made decisions lies that led to the inevitable. The 3 following Lincoln also made decisions lies that undermined the point in fighting the war in the first place, that Americans of Japanese descent were a threat to the country, so they needed to be rounded up and put into camps. When the Russians claimed to have shot down a U-2 spy plane, the intelligence chiefs assured President Eisenhower that there was no way the pilot, Gary Powers, could have survived, and in fact he had a suicide needle with him, but he didn't use it. So the president went with a cover-up story. Khrushchev called him out on it, and Americans learned that their president, and indeed their government, lied to them and the whole world. It's been said that Americans have never fully trusted their government ever since. War on drugs. Reagan said, "Just say no to drugs," while looking directly at the camera. At the time, he was controlling the largest and most profitable crack cocaine distribution network in America, all to fund his illegal Iran-Contra affair. Reagan: "If we give massive tax cuts to the rich, that money will trickle down to the poor. It's still a central component of American conservatism. WMDs are located somewhere. It's just like flu, it will go away in 2 weeks." George Jr. and the WMD is certainly one. I would add Nixon kissing or slaughtering Cambodia, but they didn't really lie about it, they just kept it secret. Spain sank our ship. I came to see if anyone named Woodrow Wilson promised not to participate in WWI. Undesegregated government services. The Gulf of Tonkin incident, the biggest lie told to Americans. Almost every president sang, "We can't afford it." Whenever there is talk about making anything better for the people of this country, there is always someone around that will tell us that there just isn't any money available, and to get anything done would mean massive tax hikes that will make it even harder for you to get by. It's a hoax. Trump on COVID. He dismantled the pandemic task force put in place during the George W. Bush administration and expanded under Obama, didn't read the pandemic playbook given to him by the Obama administration, downplayed COVID as it spread in early 2020, and offered the drinking of bleach as a solution. If he had acted early, 1 million lives could have been saved. Saddam Hussein is harboring terrorists and has weapons of mass destruction. Thousands of lives wasted. Trillions of dollars wasted. The hatred of America increased